it. I made it happen. I participated in the design conference. I did my talk and I did not die. So I am super proud to rock my super awesome hoodie with my name on it. So I had to get it, even though it is slightly oversized. It is a medium. It doesn't fit me, but I needed to get one. So back in February this year, I saw that you could nominate yourself to speak at the design conference, a conference that I have been attending multiple times over the years. I remember going to it back in 2013. I had just graduated from uni, and going again in 2016 and maybe 2018. I wasn't able to go to all of them, but the ones I've seen, they were all huge. I remember seeing Chris Do on stage, and what's his name? I didn't want to get the name wrong. Adam J. Kurtz. I remember seeing his talk. I just loved his talk. He's such a good speaker. So really big names on that stage, and I thought, okay, why not try and be one of the speakers? And I did. I nominated myself. Straight after I sent my submission, I got Matt on the phone, who is running this event, and he basically talked to me and said, this is looking pretty good. You might be one of the speakers. I just need you to do a couple of things, tweak a few things in your slides, and you're good to go. I guess it worked because I got accepted. I was able to do a talk. And on top of that, I was able to also collaborate with Procreate, who were one of the sponsors in the conference. And I was able to do a showcase for an hour, showing my process in Procreate. So it is Monday after the conference. I'm still feeling completely overwhelmed and so happy and super excited still from the conference. It was a crazy week. In this vlog, I will be sharing with you all of the behind the scenes, like all of the things that I did to prepare my talk, the meetings that I had, the preparation, everything that I had to do, and then I'll show you some behind the scenes of how it went. A couple of things from the conference. I wish I had filmed more, but I guess I was just so excited and busy, and I wasn't thinking straight. So I filmed a few things, but I did not film everything, unfortunately. But hopefully what I filmed gives you a bit of an overview of what happened, and if you couldn't make it, maybe that can encourage you to come next time, because I think this type of event are just wonderful to meet people, really get inspired and get that motivation that you don't get when you work at home alone. I'm lucky I'm working with my sister Celine, but we don't get to meet many people in the design world, and I think these type of events are really great for that, because they allow you to stay connected, and that's how you stay inspired, stay motivated, collaborate, do all the good things. And at the end of the day, this is why we do all of this, to stay connected and share our wisdom together. And I was so inspired after the conference, so hopefully you guys enjoy this video. Don't judge me, but I love working from my kitchen. This is where I get my best work done, particularly when it comes to writing scripts and figuring out something that I have to say in a video, or in this case in a conference. And as you can hear, I'm making a coffee first. These are the notes from A-Type I, but I'm going to obviously tweak them a little bit so it is relevant and up to date with the design conference. Okay, so it is Monday, 2nd of June. I'm going to be working on my script. So I'm going to start with part 1. I already have the introduction. I have the general structure of the entire talk. Is going to be very similar to my A-Type I talk. So as you guys know, I'm going to go over the 7 lessons or steps that I took in my career to get to where I am today, where I'm in a position where I have financial freedom and I absolutely love what I do. I'm going to share the 7 things that I wish I had learned sooner, and the first one is learning to say no. So when I was just starting out as a graphic designer, I was like trying to say yes to all of the job and get as much work as possible, and I was trying to just get all of the job just to make extra money, and it ended up being very frustrating because a lot of those jobs were not what I wanted to do, and I ended up feeling burnt out, not really happy with what I was doing, which is crazy because doing lettering, doing design, having a creative career is what I've always wanted to do, and I don't see myself doing anything else. So when I got to that stage where I kind of didn't like my job and wasn't sure if this is what I wanted to do, I was like, okay, something needs to change, something is wrong. And I think it's very tempting when you're just starting out to really like do all of the things, but you have to learn to say no. You have to learn to kind of identify the jobs that are going to be useful to you and that will bring you something in the future, and the jobs that will drain you and that won't bring you anything. And yes, you're going to lose money. Yes, you're going to lose some clients. You might have to say no to a project that you might be like regretting in the future, because you're gonna be like, oh, but what if I don't have that extra money? Like I could make extra money. And I think for the longest time, that's what I was doing. Like for over 10 years, I feel like I was trying to keep all of my clients because they were good clients, and I was like, oh, I can't lose this big client, because if I lose them, then I don't have any money. But there is no safe job, like there is no safety in any job. And as you guys know, COVID happened, so I was stuck. But you don't have to do it the hard way. You can do it in a smart way, and I think that's something that I wish I had learned sooner. Learning to say no, even if it's going to be scary, and you might feel like, but what if I don't have extra income? Like, how am I gonna do it? And you will figure it out. But that's the very first lesson, and that's what I'm gonna try and put into my speech. So let's go ahead and do that right now. This was my pass to go to Analog Digital, which is the design conference that used to be their previous name. It was called Analog Digital. I remember it so well, going to this in Brisbane and watching the conference. This was the timetable. So went on the Saturday. I think it was like a 2-day or 3-day event at the time, and this was my ticket for the Saturday. I only went for the Saturday. And I remember talking to Matt at the end, and he said that one day we'll be talking on that stage. And that was 12 years ago. So it took a while, but we got there. But I'm so glad I kept this little ticket. I can't believe I've done so many challenges. I have zero chill.
Yeah, so seeing your work, the lettering, the hand lettering that you do, I just really thought it was really great, and was amazed at how detailed and the work that must go into one of those in Procreate. It was very cool indeed. So, which is a good time, I think, for this, because I think anything longer than an hour gets a bit, people get a bit restless.
Yes.
And it's going to be in the morning. I know it will be in the morning. Like generally they do these showcases, I understand, kind of just before the main event, so that people who turn up early can chill out, have a coffee, watch these showcases, and then obviously they go and watch the big presentations and stuff.
Art is for everyone. Everybody should be able to do it. My question is, Celine, he said he wanted the artwork to be accessible. So I said I would do something in my signature style, but with a more approachable touch. Do you think, first of all, do you think it should be landscape or portrait? Because it's going to be for a showcase, so I'm thinking landscape would make more sense. Okay, we agree on that. Now my second question is, should I include a little Procreate logo in it? I can always remove it if they don't want that, but I think that could be a cute little touch. I don't need to worry about the color palette just yet, but more like the style of font, like I'm deciding which style of font I'm going for. So I'm thinking something a bit more like giving their regards to Broadway, with the script, sans serif, and the Western typeface. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna go with something like this and a bit of a circus style type of lettering. So this is gonna be maybe sans serif. Actually, I could be lying. Knowing myself, I might be adding serifs to that, but the reason I want like a blocky font here is so that I can have some sort of symmetry with the first E and the last E. The script could be cool, but I think it's going to be a little bit too hard to read and too messy, so something sans serif might work best. And here's going to be a very bold Western typeface with slab serifs, and this is going to be like very tiny. I don't know, I might add either the logo either here, like a little circle thing, or maybe here. Actually, that could be cute, or here. We'll see, but it's gonna be something centered and something quite subtle. But you can see what I've done here. I've divided the word art into 3 letters and kind of made them stand out like that. So this is the first thing that people will read, and then this is the second word they will read. So art, everyone are the 2 most important words, so I wanted to emphasize these 2. And then the word is for is going to be a little bit smaller, and there's going to be light bulbs, signs in the background with little bulbs and some texture, maybe something a little bit rusty. I might add a little bit of a sky in the background with some clouds, just stars, maybe a moon somewhere. I think it's going to be a nighttime retro sign, something quite bright, lots of lights, lots of colors, because I want it to reflect the Procreate logo, and I will try and maybe animate it if I have time at the end, and hopefully that will look nice. And I will do that in Procreate now. I've changed my mind. I think I'm gonna go with something a bit more like that. This one was too feminine, too hard to read. So I've used my font called Sonnet, and I've kind of distorted it a little bit. I might actually distort it even more. And using the liquify tool, I'm gonna set this layer to drawing assist so it's symmetrical. Using the liquify tool, I'm just going to kind of move that down a little bit just to give it a little bit of movement. Okay, so I've removed the Procreate logo, and instead I've put a pencil and a brush, and I think it works so much better. I think it goes well with the quote as well, because it's about art being for everyone. So it has like a pencil and a brush, and I really like the cross because it actually helps kind of direct the eye, so it kind of balances the composition. And yeah, we'll send that as a proof, the last proof, before I add colors. They're really happy with it. Let's have a look at what he said. Thanks for this, it looks great, looking cool. I'm starting to like the colors much better. I was struggling so bad But as soon as I started blending the colors, you can see I'm adding purple on the brown shapes. It makes everything kind of more cohesive and work together, and it instantly looks so much better. I'll show you the previous one so you can see the difference. So that's how it was before, and it's just one color. It allows me to kind of place all of the shadows and highlights. And then I added a bit more purple in the background and on the objects, and it just like instantly brings out the brown, makes the color pop a little bit more. It's almost done now. Just adding a couple of final details, but I ran out of battery, so I'm gonna have to charge my iPad first and then get back to it. I'm on our way to Brisbane. It's so cold outside. It is 10 a.m. We have to be there at 11, so 1 hour should be perfect. We should be on time. We got our coffee. I just finished module 4 of Digital Like Secrets, and yeah, busy woman. Okay. Am I colorful enough? Not really.
Not bad.
It's
the
the
most
best I can
colorful you had. Could not have brought Monica. So this is the venue.
Live workshop is going to happen.
Do whatever you want.
That's for the vlog.
You might do some standing without the seats as well.
Good. 1, 2, 3. Beautiful. Hold it there again. Yeah, because if I put it facing out, you're right. Oh, that's good. 500 unique visitors on the website yesterday.
It sounds like it will be the coffee area
With the stands, like where I think you can get like merch, stuff like that.
That's what I was going to. You need it on your hands.
Usually people like to see what I do with my hands.
We decided to just go iPad into HDMI. Yeah.
So this is where I'll do the Procreate showcase. Apparently I'm doing the opening. I don't know, like, still don't know, we'll see.
Please welcome to the stage, Aurélie Marron.
I love it. And there's going to be a massive screen where my iPad is going to be plugged. So they won't see my hands, but like you said, it's going to be very small, so people will be able to see what I'm doing anyway.
They can come to you.
They can come and have a look at my hands if needed. But yeah, I'll just do the whole thing on the screen, which is good. Like, I know exactly what I'm gonna do. Because I have the full retro sign, I think it's gonna be easier if I just take like one word of the sign and focus on that one word. So maybe the word, I don't know, maybe everyone, I can do that and kind of go over how I draw the letters, how I create the 3D effect, how I add the colors, and then the shadows, highlights, and then the lights at the end. And that way I can really show the process, and it will take about an hour.
Too easy.
Too easy. Happy Monday. I'm getting my stuff ready, and I don't think the pets want me to go. Monica, of course, but Nietzsche in particular, he hates when I bring out the suitcase. He knows, he wants to come. You want to come to the conference? I'm sure I could bring Monica on stage. Nobody would mind. Monica's gear is ready. Nietzsche is staying here. And we're gonna try and put everything into this bag. In this bag, I'm going to put all of my tech. So my iPad, MacBook, notepad, pencils, chargers, everything I need. Let's see if it fits. Wallet is gonna go here. I'm bringing some stickers that I can give away during my showcase. This is the Procreate Showcase notes. Notebook is gonna go here. Charger here. So this bag is really the best. It has a big pocket at the front, which is great for a book. This little thing at the top that can go quite big and then be quite small if you don't have anything in here, and you can just put that across and that's it. And in here I usually put the chargers, the glasses, my pencil case, and then I just roll it like that. It's just the best bag for traveling. I'm not traveling very far, but still. There's the kitty. Okay, and these are big pockets for the laptop and the iPad. That's really my favorite part because that's usually so heavy and so annoying. And then you can just close it like that. You have an extra little pocket just there where you can put your wallet or your phone. You can put your water bottle here. And here you have an extra pocket and it's quite big. So that's usually where you can put either snacks or a camera because it's quite big. So it fits something that's more squarey and that doesn't get squished. So that's the best. And you really look like you're going to travel really far. And when I'm actually just going 1 hour north to Brisbane from the Gold Coast, I've done it here and I'm ready. I feel like I'm Alejandra Travel. And I forgot to show you the best pocket, which is at the back. And that's where you can put your passport and nobody can steal it because it's like in your back, which is so good. And I'm going to put this thing in here, which is a little tripod that you can fold and you can stick your phone there, and then I will be able to film some videos if I need to. We have arrived at the Overlook. Such a nice space. There is actually a hairdresser just there. I'm tempted. And a Guzman y Gomez where I'm gonna get Mexican food later. Let's go. Oh, this is so big. All that just for me. I am ready. Candy bar. So cute. Do you want a candy?
Maybe breakfast first.
Breakfast first. Let's go. Croissant.
I feel like it was only like 2 weeks ago that I was on the phone with Matt and I was like talking about the conference, and now it's right now, it's happening. I'm still not like processing. I'm gonna be on stage in under 2 hours. Yes, just under 2 hours. But first, coffee. Oh yeah, and I've got the AAA pass, access all areas, because I'm important.
Very important.
Very important. So far, there is not too many people.
You've got your iPad.
I've got my iPad is fully charged, the Apple Pencil is fully charged. I've got my notes just in case. I've got the artwork. I've got the artwork that I'm going to put on my laptop so I can see what I'm doing, because I have to remember what I did.
I don't have my notes there in the car.
It's all good.
Okay.
They're on Notion anyway. Everything's on Notion.
Are you nervous? making some updates to my slides. It's the dressing room. That's what I was this morning.
Did you have the experience? I think you're going to enjoy it too. Oh no.
Judge right from the start if the project is going to
Just doing some random shopping.
what about this one?
Yeah, it's cute.
Oh, the school people. Oh my god. Aurélie Marron from Australia.
Is based on your feeling, because your feeling, all of you are different, so you can do you actually.
It is the best thing you'll ever do in your life. It'll give you so much purpose. And that's what our whole sequence is. Oh wow, look at that. I got a slide. Put a lot of effort into it. But write something down. Just write some bananas down. And come back next year and tell me that you made steps towards it. I fucking love you guys. Thank you so much for the support.
So that's a wrap on the design conference, and honestly, it still feels kind of surreal. I was so nervous before going on stage, what if I forget all of my words? Kind of nervous. But then the lights hit and I heard people laugh and clap at my first joke, and suddenly everything just clicked. It reminded me why I was doing this, not to impress anyone, not to be perfect, but to share what I've learned, to give back to the creative community that shaped me. And I kept thinking about younger me, that student sitting in the audience, listening to other designers talk about their journey, dreaming of one day doing the same thing. That spark, that moment when someone's story makes you believe in your own, that's what I wanted to give back. So even if one person in that audience walked away thinking maybe I could do this too, then it was all worth it. Because at the end of the day, that's the whole point, right? To pass it on, to share what you know, to remind people, especially the one just starting out, that you can design the life you want and you don't have to do it like everyone else. And I really want to thank Matt and the whole TDC crew for trusting me with that mic, for building this space where creatives actually feel seen and supported and not just hyped up, but challenged in the best way. It means a lot. So yeah, if you've made it to the end of this vlog, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being curious. And if you're sitting there with your own big ideas, something that feels a little crazy, a little out of reach, well, take this as your sign to just start. It's going to be messy, it's going to be unsure, it's going to be unpolished and not perfect, but please start anyway, because you never know who's going to hear your own story one day and think, that's the moment it all began for me.